It's being called the Great Revocation. As of this week, the Trump administration has officially terminated the Family Reunification Parole Program. If you are here from countries like Colombia, Haiti, or El Salvador under these programs, your legal status and work permit have fast approaching expiration date. Over 500,000 people are being told self-deport or face the new Boeing 737 deportation fleet. Welcome back to Voices with Anissa Qalbi on our immigration site. So today's the 18th of December, and the headline is one word: revocation. For the last few days, social media has been exploding with hashtags mass delegalization, right? Why? Because the Trump administration is no longer just stopping people at the border. They're revoking the legal status of people already here. On December 12th, DHS officially announced the termination of family reunification programs, family reunification parole programs. This hits families from Colombia, Cuba, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras. If you have family, if you came here legally under through these programs, the government is essentially saying the party is over. Your parole and your work permit are set to terminate on January 14th, 2026. So next month, okay? Look at the nuances, because the fine print is where the danger lies. According to USCIS memo, if your parole hasn't expired yet, it would automatically terminate on January 14th. The only safety valve is if you have a pending form for the green card application. And even with that, as we know, things are icky, and as we already mentioned, many things about the green card. So if your green card application, the form I-485, okay, has been postmarked or filed before December 12th, that could be your safety net. Now, if you basically didn't file before last Friday, you are now considered unlawfully present come mid-January. Okay, so social media is being flooded with stories of deportation traps. People are reporting that they went into USCIS for routine interviews or work permit renewal only to be handcuffed and handed to ICE. This is a massive shift from the low priority era. Now everyone is a priority. Now, to handle the surge of newly undocumented people, the administration is scaling up fast. DHS has signed a 140 million contract to purchase its own fleet of Boeing 737 planes. Previously, ICE relied on charter flights, which are expensive and limited. Now, with their own fleet, they're aiming for 1 million deportations by the end of the year. Border Caesar Tom Homan has already confirmed nearly 600,000 removals in this year alone. They're now even offering exit bonuses. As we played a clip from you guys, the CBP actually, or even if you call the USCIS line, they play that recording for you to self-deport, and you're going to get, some sort of incentive. So financial assistance if you agree to self-deport before they find you. This is the government essentially paying you to leave before they force you out. And we have to talk about the kids, right? The executive order attempting to end birthright citizenship is currently heading to the Supreme Court, as we spoke about. The administration stance is that the U.S. birth certificate is no longer enough. If the Supreme Court upholds this back early in 2026, babies born to undocumented parents, or even parents on temporary visas like the H-1B or the F-1, will not be considered U.S. citizens. They won't get social security cards, and they won't get U.S. passports. So this would create a permanent underclass of people who are stateless, belonging to no country at all. So legal experts are calling this the biggest constitutional challenges since the 1890s. That is wild. And finally, there is no strange contradiction. There is a strange contradiction happening. While ICE is conducting siege-style raids in cities like Chicago under Operation Midway Blitz, where agents use unmarked cars and no warrants, they are actually backing off from the farm raids, right? From the farm raids. Why? Because the administration realizes that now, if they deport every farm worker, the food supply collapses. Hello? Right? They're actually issuing right now 119,000 additional guest worker visas while simultaneously deporting families in the suburbs. So it just makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. They call it like a strategic crackdown. They want the labor, but they don't want the people to stay. Can you imagine? Basically, I feel like there's slavery, if we're being honest, right? Slavery in broad daylight. That's what it is. If you're a business owner or family member, you need to understand that this, as we mentioned a couple of days ago, the high risk countries right now is 39 countries as of yesterday, the 17th of December. So this is no longer wait and see situation. If you're on a parole, January 14th is your red line. Check your filing status, talk to a lawyer if you have to, and do not ignore the notices from DHS. The strategy is clear: delegalize, detain, and deport. Okay, so stay safe, families and friends. Keep your documents ready, and I will keep you updated every single policy that shifts. I'm Minister Qalbi, and this is the state of immigration in December 2025 as we're living in the United States. So until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fi amanillah.